Today's practice is going to be a stress management practice that you can do from the bed. If you want to have a pillow or a blanket or something like that, you can, but it's absolutely not necessary for this practice today. So just take a moment to lie down and get comfortable. You can be on your bed, you can be on your mat, wherever is most comfortable and accessible for you right now. So as you take a moment to get comfortable lying on your back, you could put a pillow under your head. You could put a little something behind your knees if that feels right, maybe a pillow or a rolled up blanket, and just let yourself lie with your hands resting on your belly. And go ahead and close your eyes. And let's just start to create that mind-body dialogue, that mind-body connection. So as you're resting here, just without trying to change the breath at all, just notice the movement of the belly underneath your hands. So when you're breathing, there's just this gentle ebb and flow. The belly expanding as you breathe in and the belly hollowing as you breathe out. As we move the awareness more inward, just letting everything outside of this moment in your practice begin to fall away. And letting yourself feel your physical body. Take a moment to notice the feet. Notice your two legs. Become aware of your hands, your arms. Feel the pelvis, your long spine, your cradled head. Notice the joints of the hips and shoulders. Notice the features of your face. And as you breathe, just start to feel that the back body begins to sink into the support underneath you. Now begin to be a little bit more intentional with the breath. So as you inhale, let yourself intentionally expand the belly. And as you exhale, really draw the navel in toward the spine to squeeze the breath out. And let yourself hold the intention in the breath to make it fuller and deeper in the low belly. So we're starting to use the abdominals to be active in the breath process and creating a greater range of motion for that diaphragm to move as we breathe. As we continue to center, take the right hand up on the lower lobes of the rib cage, so kind of right where the bottom of the breastbone, that xiphoid process is. between the two ribs, or the two sides of the rib cage. So now as you're breathing, I want you to start to create some intention in the middle of the core. So the inhale expands the belly, and feel as you breathe in the two sides of the rib cage moving away from one another. And then as you exhale, soften through the rib cage and draw the navel in. So the inhale fills the belly and expands the rib cage sideways in two directions. And the exhale softens the rib cage back to center and draws the navel in. Taking just a couple more of these. Intentionally moving the breath. And now keep the hand that's on the lower rib cage and take the left hand up to the chest. So we're going to now add that third part of our three-part breath here. So as you inhale, feel the belly expand, feel the rib cage widen, and the chest rise. And as you exhale, soften the breath from the chest, from the rib cage, and then draw the navel in. Inhaling, filling from bottom to top. Exhaling, emptying from top to bottom. Inhaling, expanding right and left. Exhaling, softening back to center. Inhaling, rising the front body, dropping the back body. Exhaling, softening everything back to center. So the breath mimics the expansion and contraction that we experience in life. The expansion of moving our awareness outward, moving around in space, connecting with other people, and the contraction of being at home in our smaller familial units, inward, retreating. Expansion and contraction, and we can recognize the pulsation of expansion and contraction that exists all throughout life, within and without. From here, whenever you're ready, let the effort of the breath go. And just feel the breath moving in its own natural rhythm. Gently waiting for the next in-breath. Waiting for the next out-breath. Sometimes we wait for that next moment of expansion. Sometimes we wait for that next moment of contraction. letting ourselves be content in the pause. So from here, when you're ready, just take a moment to move the tongue over the teeth and maybe wiggle the jaw. You can release the arms down by your sides, wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Take the hand or the pillow or whatever's underneath the head. Maybe you take that away now. Maybe not. Maybe you keep it there. So we're going to start to move a little bit more. So let's start with the movements of the head and neck. As you inhale, feel a lengthening through the back of the neck, through the crown of the head. And just gently tuck the chin in to feel that gentle stretch in the back of the neck. And you don't have to lift the head up at all. Just let the back of the neck grow long, and maybe even gently press the head down into the bed. And then take one more inhale. And as you exhale, relax the neck, relax the head. Take another in-breath, and as you exhale, slowly turn the head to the right, turning the chin toward the right shoulder and feeling a gentle stretch through the left side of the neck. Let an inhale bring you back to center. And as you exhale, let your head turn to the left, turning the chin toward the left shoulder, feeling the right side of the neck gently stretch. Making your way back to center and just taking a moment to wiggle the jaw. From here, we'll move the awareness down to the shoulders. So as you inhale, just very gently shrug the shoulders toward the ears. And as you exhale, relax the shoulders. Now this time, just kind of squeeze the shoulders forward as you inhale. Exhale through the mouth and relax the shoulders back down. And then on this inhale, gently press the shoulder blades down into the surface beneath you. And as you exhale, relax that press. Now from here, we'll bend the elbows. So the elbows and the forearms remain on the support of the bed or the mat, but the hands are wrists over elbows. So you're going to actually flex the wrist, drawing the fingers back and the palms of the hands toward the ceiling. And then as you exhale, relax the wrists, let the hands and the wrists go limp. So we'll do that a couple more times. Inhale, adding some flexion into the wrist, spreading the fingers, and then exhaling and just letting it go. Do that one more time. Exhaling to relax, and then slowly start to move the wrists around in circles. Take 2 or 3 very slow circles in each direction. And then again, just wiggle the fingers, maybe squeeze the hands. We're just using this action of consciously releasing tension from the physical body to move the mind into a quieter, more relaxed space. Now give your hands a little shake, and then let them come to rest alongside the body once again. We'll move the awareness now down to the feet. So you can keep the legs long, just a softness in the back of the knees. And as you inhale, reach through the heels and pull the toes back toward the shins. And then as you exhale, point the toes away from you. And do that a couple of times, inhaling to flex, maybe spread the toes apart, exhaling to point and relax the toes. We'll do that one more time, inhaling and exhaling. And then very slowly start to make circles, moving the feet around at the joints of the ankles and taking 2 or 3 circles in each direction. Maybe a moment to squeeze the feet or wiggle the toes, and then let the feet relax. So from here, we're going to start to move in bigger ways to release tension through the legs, the hips, and the back. So as you inhale, just reach the arms up and back behind you. Take a big breath. And as you exhale, start to fold the right leg into the body. So you're bending that knee, and take the hands somewhere on that leg to pull the knee in a little closer. So you can pull at the shin or behind the thigh, whichever works better for you. We're going to simply hug that knee in and take a couple of circles again here with the ankle. Maybe wiggle the toes. So now that we're folding this leg, we can release some of the tension in the lower back, in the hip, and in the leg. Let yourself take a couple of those big 3-part breaths here. Inhaling through the belly, the rib cage, the chest, exhaling, emptying back to center. And feel you're relaxing through your shoulders and your jaw as you hug that right knee in. Good. Now we're going to take that right leg and just straighten it out any amount. Bring the hands behind the thigh. Let your arms be nice and long. Let your shoulders be relaxed. And just imagine you're going to straighten that leg so the heel is up toward the sky. Any amount. So maybe you have a bend in your knee, or maybe the leg is completely straight. We're just working to activate the quadriceps in the front upper leg and open the hamstrings in the back upper leg. And while you're here, you can continue to move that foot around, maybe point and flex the foot and wiggle the toes. And we're going to keep that foot up in the air for just a moment. Pull the belly in, really feel your abdominals engage. Go ahead and bend your left knee so that your left foot is flat on the bed. And then we're going to take that right leg and turn the toes out and the heel in. And we're going to put the right ankle on the left thigh. So you're in this kind of figure 4 shape. Now from here, you're going to take your right hand high into your hip crease. And you're going to actually push your thigh forward. So this helps to open the hip. This is good for sciatica, great for the lower back. And then just very gently rock your pelvis from side to side, very gently. Any amount, whatever range of motion feels appropriate for you. You decide how far you go with the rocking. then I'm going to give you the option to stay here and just continue to press your right thigh forward. Or if you'd like, you can actually reach through and grab that left leg with both hands and start to pull the left leg in toward you as you use the right elbow to press the right thigh away. So this is a little bit more advanced. It's an option, of course, not a requirement. So you can work here and rock from side to side, or you can bring the foot back to the floor, back to the ground or the bed, and come back to rocking with the foot on that supported surface. So whichever variation you're choosing to work with today, spend just another breath or two. And then we'll all make our way back to reaching that right leg up in the air. Take a deep breath, bring the hands onto the belly, and as you exhale, squeeze the belly in and slowly lower your right leg all the way back down to the bed. And once it lands, just give it a little wiggle, a little shake. And then let the left leg extend out to meet it. Then reach again, those arms up, back behind you. Find a big breath. And as you exhale, we'll do that on the other side. So we're going to start by folding the left knee into the body and taking the hands onto the leg to hug it in. So again, your hands can be on your shin or behind the thigh, whatever feels better for your knee. Okay. Once you have that leg, we want to try to relax again through the shoulders, through the neck, through the jaw. And we can take some circles with that ankle, continuing to work tension out of the foot. Let those big 3-part breaths come back into the body as you feel a release in the hip, the lower back, the leg. Just taking another few breaths here. And you might notice that this side's a little different than the other side. That's not unusual. Just let yourself be wherever you are with the shape and with the breath. Let yourself be content with being in the pose, with pausing in the pose. Not feeling like you have to jump to the next thing. We'll take one more breath. And then when you feel ready, go ahead and reach that leg up. Bring the hands behind the thigh. Kind of lace the fingers together. And then you decide how straight does that leg want to go today. Maybe it's bent quite a bit and you're just holding onto the thigh, or maybe you're straightening it up toward the ceiling. Anything in between. Shoulders are relaxed, elbows are long. We're engaging the quadricep in the front upper leg to open the hamstrings in the back upper leg. And here we can point and flex that ankle again. Good, and then we're gonna pull the belly in, really activate that core to bend the right knee. Bring the right foot to the bed. We're gonna take the left leg and turn the toes out and the heel in, and then bring the left ankle to the right thigh, just like we did on the other side, making this figure 4 shape. And then we take the left hand and press it into that left thigh to create this little opening of the hip. We can rock a little bit from side to side here. Again, you decide how much range of motion you use as you rock that pelvis from side to side. Once again, you have the option to stay here, simply pressing that thigh away. You'll get a lot of benefit from being right there. But if you want more, you take your two hands, grab the right leg, and pull it in. Once you have that, you take your left elbow and kind of press that left thigh away. Relax the head and shoulders. Take a few moments here, maybe rocking from side to side. Notice how this side might feel a little different than the other. Take a couple breaths. And again, if you're choosing to be here for this variation, take a few more breaths here. Or if you're with the foot on the bed, that's okay too. Just be where you are and let the breath move so that the release of tension and the quieting of the mind can continue to come. So if you have that right foot lifted, you can go ahead and lower it down. And take that left leg up in the air again, wherever you are. Bring the hands back to the belly. Take another big breath. And as you exhale, squeeze the belly in as you slowly lower the leg. Now we'll let the right leg extend to meet the left leg. We'll take another big breath in through those arms, reaching. And then on your exhale, we're going to bring the arms down by our sides. And we're going to bend both knees so your 2 feet are flat on the bed or the floor, the surface beneath you. I want you to wiggle your shoulders underneath you. And we're going to do just a gentle bridge pose. So you're going to inhale to press into your shoulder blades and your feet and lift your pelvis. And then as you exhale, just lower your pelvis back down. And we're going to do 4 more of these. So move at your own breath pace. The inhale is the lift, and the exhale is the release. We'll do 3 more. Pressing into the feet, pressing into the shoulders, feeling that heart space open. Releasing down to relax everything. 2 more. Moving slowly, letting the exhale bring you out. Let's take 1 more of these. And we're just going to be in it for a moment. So keep it lifted. Breathe. Keep pressing down to lift up. Feel the back of the neck lengthen. Take the chin slightly off of the chest. Feel the power in your legs and your glutes and your arms. Take 1 more big breath. And as you exhale, lower all the way down. Now we're going to turn the palms up and move the arms away from the body a little bit, so just so you have a little space. And wiggle your feet a little bit wider, but keep the knees bent and the feet on the bed or the mat. As you inhale, just feel that belly, rib cage, and chest. As you exhale, take your knees over to the left. Feel your pelvis rock over to the left. So we're coming into a twist here, windshield wipers. The inhale brings you back to center, and the exhale takes you the other way. So we're windshield wipering these legs from side to side with width in the feet. That helps us to open up the hips and the inner and outer thighs. as well as starting to invite that gentle twist into the body. So let's just do a couple more of these at your own breath pace. And now let the knees drift over to the right and leave them over there. So the knees are dropping to the right, the pelvis is turning to the right, the head turns to the left. And as you're resting here, I want you to feel yourself just surrendering to that support beneath you. And we're just going to be here with the breath, and we're going to wait, content in this moment, in this contraction, patiently waiting for that next expansion. So as you're breathing, invite in those 3-part breaths, inhaling to expand the belly, the rib cage, the chest. Exhaling to soften it all back to center. So even in these moments of contraction, we can still find expansion in our breath. Even in these times of being at home and somewhat isolated and restricted in our movements, we can still find expansion in our breath. When you feel ready, on an exhale, draw the navel into center and bring those legs back to center. Bring the head back to center. We'll take another in-breath. And then as you exhale, let your legs drift over to the left and just turn your head to the right. So taking this twist the other way, letting yourself once again surrender the weight of the legs, surrender the breath. Feel yourself expanding the breath even in this moment of pause. Taking 2 or 3 more rounds of 3-part breath. When you feel ready, on an exhale, navel in, rock it all back to center. We're going to extend those legs out again. Reach the arms back behind us again. Take another big breath. And then on the exhale, this time we're going to bring both knees into the body. So squeeze the tummy in, grab those legs with the hands, and you can go shins or behind the thighs, folding the legs into the body. Letting yourself maybe rock around a little bit from side to side, keeping the knees fairly close together if that works for you. We'll do another variation with wide knees a little bit later. And then when you feel ready, we're going to bring the feet back to the bed with the knees bent. And we're going to take the arms back down by our sides. So we're going to do another round of bridge pose. And what we're going to do this time, rather than lifting everything up all at once and lowering everything down all at once, we're actually going to peel up one vertebrae at a time. So you're going to start by curling your tailbone under, and then start to lift the pelvis, and then lower back, and then middle back, and then upper back as you press into the shoulders. And then we're going to roll down from top to bottom. So we're going to start by softening behind the shoulders, dropping the upper back, and then let the middle back come down, and then the lower back, finally the pelvis and the tailbone. So let's do that again, and this time we'll add the breath. So as you inhale, curl the tail under, lift the pelvis, the lower back, the middle back, press into the shoulders, lift the upper back. And as you exhale, roll down, softening the shoulders, lower back, pelvis, tailbone. Let's do 3 more of these. Inhale, curling the tail, peeling up the pelvis, lower back, middle back, press the shoulders, upper back. Exhale, soften the shoulders, lower the upper back, middle back, lower back, pelvis, tailbone. Good, let's do 2 more of these. Inhale, curl it up, roll it up, 1 vertebrae at a time, all the way up. Press the shoulders. Exhale, soften the shoulders, roll it down, 1 vertebrae at a time. Release the pelvis. And 1 more of these. Inhaling to roll it up. Exhaling to roll it down. So we're creating fluidity in the spine with this movement. Once the pelvis lands, extend your 2 legs. Once again, reach through the heels. We're going to take the arms back behind us. Take another inhale. Now we're going to do a deeper variation of a twist. So we're going to take the right knee and bring it into the body again. Bring your hands onto the leg. Give it a quick little hug. Now, you're going to keep your left hand on your knee and bring your right arm to the bed. You're going to start to turn your pelvis to the left and use your left hand just to guide the knee and the leg across the body. So the right shoulder, we want to keep that down and let your right palm rest facing up. The head is neutral. The pelvis is turning to the left, and that left leg is still nice and long. So just find your way into your range of motion. Feel the twist of the spine, the stretching of the back body as it twists and turns. We're wringing out the tension from the spine. Let yourself rest here in the breath, feeling that even this pause of movement allows for expansion and release of breath, allows for movement of breath. So even when everything else is restricted, we can find that movement in the breath. We can find that expansiveness and softening of the breath. Now, when you're ready, you're going to draw your belly in. Use that left hand to guide the knee back to center. Let the pelvis come back to center. We're going to keep that knee bent and bring the foot down to the bed. So the right knee is bent with the foot on the bed. Now we're going to drop the right knee open to the right. So coming into a half butterfly pose. Your right hand can rest on your thigh, just to give it a little bit more weight. And we're going to bring the left hand to the rib cage in that same spot where the two sides of the rib cage kind of come together and that xiphoid process is there. I just want you to feel the ribs move as you're breathing here. And as you exhale, just let your right leg get heavier and heavier. So we're opening up the inner thigh. Keep moving the breath. One more big inhale, big exhale. And we'll take the right hand to the outer right thigh. Just bring that knee back to neutral and extend the leg out. Reach the arms back behind you. Take another big breath. And then as you exhale, we'll hug the left knee in. So we'll do that same little twist on the other side. So we're reaching the right leg long. We're hugging the left knee into the body. And then the left arm will come down to the bed, palm up. Right hand will come to the knee. And again, you're going to turn your pelvis. This time we're twisting the pelvis to the right. And the right hand is guiding the leg. So find your range of motion. Try to keep your left shoulder grounded. Feel the breath moving. And let yourself relax. Feel every breath out. Another opportunity to let something go. Nice, easy breaths. When you feel ready, draw the navel in, bring it all back to center. Keep the knee bent, but let that knee drop out to the left. So again, coming into half butterfly. The knee drops out. We'll take the left hand to the thigh just to add a tiny bit of weight there. And the right hand is resting on that rib cage. So you can feel the expansion and release of the breath. As you rest here, letting yourself let go. Feeling the left leg get heavier and heavier with each out breath. One more big full breath here. When you feel ready, take the left hand to the outer left leg. Use the hand to guide the knee back to center. We'll stretch that leg out. Take another big inhale, reaching through those arms. On your exhale, let your arms come down by your sides. We're going to bend the knees and we're going to come into one more variation of our bridge pose. So roll the shoulders back, wiggle the shoulders underneath you. Start to press down into your hands and arms and shoulders. We're going to go ahead and lift the hips. Keep the hips lifted. Now, what we're going to do is add a gentle twist to this. So as you inhale, you're going to drop your right butt cheek down onto the bed. And as you exhale, you're going to lift it back up. And then on your next inhale, you're going to drop your left butt cheek. And as you exhale, you're going to lift it back up. So we're adding this little rotation. Inhale, right cheek down. Exhale, press it up. Inhale, left cheek down. Exhale, press it up. 2 more each side. Inhale, right. Exhale, left up. Inhale, left. Exhale, up. 1 more each side. Inhale to tap. Exhale to lift. Inhale, tap. Exhale, lift. And then roll it down from the top to the bottom. Let the pelvis come back to the bed. Good. Just take a little wiggle from side to side here. Now we're going to lengthen out through our 2 legs. Take another big reach through the arms. We've got 1 more twist that we're going to do here. So on your exhale, you're going to bring both of your knees in. And instead of hugging them in really close, I want you to bring your knees right above your hips. So the feet are just kind of hovering. And what we're going to do is just drop both of the knees over to the left. So this time both knees come over together. And just let your right shoulder and your right arm relax. Try to keep that right shoulder down. 1 more little wringing out of the tension in the spine. Let the breath move. Let the head be neutral. Feel the expansion even in these moments of pause as you breathe. And as you exhale, feel that quality of release as you let go. When you're ready, pull the tummy in, bring the legs back to center, and we'll drop them over to the right. So the legs are dropping to the right, the pelvis turns to the right, the shoulders are grounded, the head is neutral. You can rest your right hand on your outer left thigh or knee. Just let your body receive the twist as you're breathing. Let your feet rest. Let your legs rest. Taking 2 or 3 more big full breaths. And when you feel ready, you can make your way back to center. We'll take another big long stretch through those legs. One last little pose here before we move into progressive relaxation. So stretching through the arms, stretching through the legs. And when you're ready, on an exhale, pull the belly in and bring both of your legs into your body. This time we're going to take the hands behind the thighs. We're going to bring the knees wide apart and then hug the thighs in. So we're a little wider in our hug this time. Wherever you are, just flex the feet and keep hugging those thighs in. So this might be all that you do. This might be your happy baby. If you want a little bit more, you can start to kick the shins back. So you're still hugging the knees, but you're starting to bring the shins more toward perpendicular to the floor. So maybe you stay there. If you have the flexibility, maybe you go for the outer edges of the feet. So the knees are wide, we're reaching the knees toward the armpits and just gently gripping the feet. So whichever variation of this pose you're working with, just take a few breaths and maybe even rock a little bit from side to side. Taking one more breath here, finding your pose. When you feel ready, let yourself move out one step at a time. So if you have the feet, bring your hands back behind your thighs. If your shins are extended, go ahead and relax the shins. And then bring the knees together. Bring your hands over to cup your kneecaps. And let the legs kind of fall forward and around. So you're just going to start to use your hands and your arms to move your lower back and your knees and your legs around in a circle. Just wiggling out any remaining tension from that lower back. And then from here, you're just going to let yourself get comfortable for progressive relaxation. Whatever that means. So maybe you bring a pillow behind your head. Maybe you bring a pillow under your legs. So you can just decide how you want to position your body for progressive relaxation. So I'm actually taking 2 pillows under my calves and a little blanket under my head. But whatever needs to happen for you to feel comfortable, go ahead and take a moment to do that. You can lay flat if you want to lay flat. You could even come to seated if you wanted to do that. So as you arrive, make any little adjustments you need to make to get completely comfortable. And then let your awareness come to the breath. Feel that 3-part breath once again. Inhaling belly, rib cage, chest. Exhaling, emptying, chest, rib cage, belly. And let your awareness zoom in on the exhalation and the release that comes with that out breath. We use that release, that exhale, that letting go, to drop deep into this progressive relaxation. So bring your awareness to the sole of your right foot. And as you inhale, gently squeeze tension into the right foot and the right leg. And as you exhale, slowly relax the right foot and the right leg. And then bring your awareness to the sole of the left foot. And as you inhale, gently squeeze the left foot and the left leg. And as you exhale, slowly relax the left foot and the left leg. Now, bring your awareness to the palm of the right hand. And as you breathe in, gently squeeze tension into the right hand and the right arm. And as you exhale, slowly relax the right hand and the right arm. Now bring your awareness to the palm of the left hand. As you inhale, gently squeeze the left hand and the left arm. And as you exhale, slowly relax the left hand and the left arm. Now guide your awareness to the pelvis. As you inhale, gently squeeze the muscles of the buttocks and lower belly. And as you exhale, slowly relax the muscles of the buttocks and lower belly. Now guide your awareness to your rib cage. And as you breathe in, feel the rib cage expand all the way around you. And as you breathe out, feel that complete and utter release. And now guide your awareness to your shoulders. As you inhale, gently squeeze the shoulders. And as you exhale, slowly relax the shoulders. And now guide your awareness to the features of your face. On an inhale, gently squeeze the lips, the eyes, and the forehead. And as you exhale, slowly relax the features of your face. Continuing to breathe, connecting to the exhale. Feel yourself continue to let go of the physical body with each out-breath, sinking a little bit more deeply into that surface beneath you. Softening through the toes, through the arches of the feet, through the ankles and the heels. Surrendering the weight of the legs, relaxing the knees and the hips. Softening the fingers, the palms of the hands and the wrists. Surrendering the weight of the arms, relaxing the elbows and the shoulders. Surrendering the weight of the pelvis, inviting a sense of ease into the organs of the pelvis, into the organs of the abdominals. And from the tailbone, slowly moving vertebrae by vertebrae up the spine, surrendering the back body, relaxing the lower back, the middle back, the upper back, the shoulder blades. Feeling the lungs, gently breathe. The heart, gently beat. The gentle rise and fall of the chest. Surrendering the weight of the head, relaxing through the neck and softening the throat. Relaxing the jaw, softening the lips and the tongue. Relaxing the cheeks and the temples. Softening the lids of the eyes and allowing the eyeballs to rest heavy in the sockets. Feeling the breath gently move through the nasal passages and that olfactory sense, the sense of smell. Softening through the earlobes, relaxing the inner ears. Feeling like the brain is resting, the mind quiet, as the brain rests in the back of the skull. And feeling the skin soften over the entire body. Hovering in this weightlessness of surrender. How light we feel when we let go, when we surrender and allow ourselves to be supported. We can feel this sense of lightness in the physical body, the mental body, and the emotional body. And just letting your consciousness hover in this space of being light. Nothing to do. Allow yourself to be breathed. Feeling the natural, gentle rhythm of the breath as you rest. Letting the breath move in and out. Noticing the gentle sensations as the breath moves. Allowing yourself to be in this moment of pause. Sensing the expansion and release of the breath. When you feel ready, take a deep breath in through the nose and a full breath out through the mouth. Let yourself gently wiggle the fingers and the toes. You can move the tongue over the teeth and wiggle the jaw. Slowly turn the head from side to side. And then you can stretch a little bit through the arms, through the legs. Wiggle the rib cage away from the pelvis, the crown of the head away from the tailbone. And on an exhale, guide the knees into the body as you squeeze the belly. Gently roll to your right side. And take a moment just to rest on your right side in this curled up fetal position. Feeling the breath moving around the rib cage, the side ribs, the front ribs, and the back ribs. And as you press yourself up to a seated position, feel yourself physically, energetically, mentally, emotionally a little bit lighter. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Gently rub the palms together, creating some heat, some friction. And then just press your hands into your heart space, into your chest. Once again, just noticing that even in the midst of pause, even in the midst of being called to stay a bit more inward, to be a little bit more restricted, even in this restriction, in this constriction of the outside world, we can feel that expansiveness in our breath. Thank you so much for being here with me today. Namaste, everybody.